What if the support group you joined to heal your grief was actually made up of people who never survived theirs? Every Thursday night, 7 people sit in the basement and share their pain. No last name, no new faces, and no one has ever walked out that door. My name is Daniel. I am 34-year-old. 6 months ago, I lost my wife. After the funeral, everyone told me the same thing. Join a support group. Talk to the people who understand. I searched online for weeks. Most groups were full, or too far away, or met during the day when I was at work. Then I found a flyer, just a plain white piece of paper taped to the lamppost near my apartment. Grief Support Group, Thursday 8 p.m. Basement entrance, 214 Marlow Street. All are welcome. No website, no phone number, just an address. I went anyway. The building on Marlow Street looked old, older than the other building around it. The brick was dark, almost black in places, like it had been through a fire a long time ago. I found the basement entrance around the side. A narrow staircase led down to a metal door. Inside there was a circle of folding chairs, soft yellow light from a single lamp. 6 people were already sitting there and waiting. An older woman smiled at me. You must be new. Come in, sit down. I sat. The group leader, a man in his 50s, began the meeting the way I guess all these meetings begin. Let's go around the circle, share your name and what brought you here. The older woman spoke first. I am Margaret. I lost my son. The man next to her spoke. I am Robert. I lost my brother. One by one, they went around. First name only, no last name. I found that a little strange, but a grief support group are supposed to be feel safe. Maybe that's why. When it was my turn, I said, I am Daniel. I lost my wife 3 months ago. Everyone nodded gently, like they understood exactly how that felt. I went back the next Thursday and the Thursday after that. Each time, the meeting felt the same chair, same lamp, same 6 people. But something started to bother me. Every week, when we introduced ourselves, everyone said the exact same word. Margaret always said, I lost my son. Robert always said, I lost my brother. Word for word, same tone, same pause in the same place. At first, I thought maybe people just find comfort in routine. Grief makes people repeat things. I do it too. I still set 2 cups of coffees out every morning before I remember. But one night I noticed something else. Margaret was wearing the exact same clothes she wore for the first night I met her. A grey cardigan with a small tear near the self sleeves. I told myself I was imagining it. Grief messes with your memory, but I started paying closer attention. Every single week, everyone wore the same clothes. Every single week, the conversation followed the same path, almost word for word. It was like watching the same movie on repeat. One night, after the meeting ended, I stayed behind to talk to the group leader. His name tag said Frank. Though I never once heard anyone call him that loud. Frank, I said, how long this group been meeting? He smiled, but he didn't quite reach his eyes. A long time. How long is a long time? He paused for a moment. His face looked confused, like he was trying to remember something just out of reach. I I am not sure, he said. It feels like it's always been Thursday. I laughed a little, thinking it was a joke. He didn't laugh back. That night, walking home, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong with that basement. But grief make you strange. It make you see shadows where there aren't any. I told myself that and I almost believed it. The next day, on my lunch break, I looked up 214 Marlow Street online. What I found made my stomach drop. 14 years ago, that building had a fire, a bad one. It started in the basement during a scheduled evening event and spread fast, trapping everyone inside before the fire department could reach them. 7 people died that night. 7? I scrolled through the old news article, my hands shaking. There was a name listed at the bottom: Margaret Ellis, Robert Chen, and 5 others. The event that night, the article said, was a grief counseling session, a small group that met every Thursday to help each other process loss. The building has supposedly been condemned and torn down the following year. I sat there staring at my screen, my heart pounding. If the building was torn down 14 years ago, where I had been going every Thursday night. I told myself there had to be an explanation. Maybe it was a different building. Maybe the address was wrong. Maybe I was confusing two different places. So that Thursday, I went back one more time. But earlier, before the meeting, in daylight. There was no basement entrance. There was no building at all. Just an empty lot, overgrown with weeds, with a faded, rusted sign that read, "Property condemned, do not enter," dated 14 years ago. I stood there in the empty lot as the sun went down, refusing to believe what I was seeing. But as it got darker, the air around me began to shift. The empty lot blurred, shape formed, brick wall rose up out of nothing, dark and old. A narrow staircase appeared, leading down into the ground at exactly 8 p.m. The basement door was there again, like it had never left. Against everything telling me to run, I walked down the stairs. The group was already sitting in their circle waiting for me, smiling the way they always did. "You are right on time," Margaret said. "Let's begin. Share your name and what brought you here." Robert went first, then Margaret, then the others, each repeating the same word they always said, word for word, like actors recite lines they said 1,000 times before. Then it was my turn. "I'm Daniel." I started to say I lost my wife three. I stopped, because for the first time, I really listened to my own voice. And in that basement, under that single yellow lamp, a memory came rushing back to me. A memory I had buried so deep I forgot it was real. 3 months ago, I hadn't lost my wife to the illness, like I told myself every day. We had came to this exact basement together for our very first grief counseling session after losing our baby daughter the year before. We were sitting in these exact chairs when the fire alarm went off, when the light went out, when the door jammed shut and the smoke filled the room, and my wife's hand slipped out of her mind in the dark. I looked around the circle at Margaret, at Robert, at every face smiling calmly back to me. None of us had ever left this basement. None of us ever would. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., we would sit down again, introduce ourselves, and the grief, the losses we thought we brought here, never once realized that we ourselves were the loss. That the fire 14 years ago hadn't just taken the people we were mourning, it had taken us too.